Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this game of Dota 2. My name's Riki, and well, let's get cracking. I'm going to start the replay here. I'm not playing this one. I'm recording this after the fact because I thought this game, it definitely needs to end up on my channel. Battle. I've been having a horrible losing streak at the moment in Dota, and I've been playing like garbage. I've been matched up with garbage teammates as well. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go unranked. I'm going to go all pick. I'm going to pick Riki because fuck that hero. But Riki's a lot of fun, and I find he's a bit more of a low pressure hero. Someone like Sven, Tiny, that we can see in this game. They're very, very visible heroes. So people are always like, oh, there's the Huskar, or
30 seconds.
There's the Sven, there's the Phantom Assassin. Go attack him, and you're always kind of under pressure. Whereas Riki, because he's invis, it's only when you break invis that the other team starts paying attention to you. Apart from that, they just kind of forget that you're there. Anyway, this was a really good game. I really enjoyed this game, and yeah, we'll see how it shapes up. So I'm going to run to the top rune here and see if I can secure this one. I'm a little bit late on it, so I can't take a very good position, and the Tiny ends up flogging it. He turns around to attack me. He stuns the Sand King, and then the Vengeful Spirit rocks up. She stuns me. I'm like, shit. But I did realise that I was going to have Invis back there shortly. And, well, I was like, well, I don't have a Blink Strike. I don't have boots. I've got 290 movement speed. There's no way this is happening. I'm going to the top lane. So I leave there. And anyway, they keep fighting a little bit. They nearly get him. But the Sand King skilled his first skill point before getting to the river. So no kill for him. And the Veng's actually going to chase him quite a bit. Now let me just change the viewpoint here. The Dire. There we go. So this is what I can see. Alrighty, so into the laning stage we go. Missed that last hit. Now I'm about I am 1k MMR at the moment. At this particular point in time, I've got 180 wins. Now this guy tanks 2 tower shots. Trying to find the Sand King. I give him a backstab just to say hello, and yeah, he does no damage to the Sand King at all. Meanwhile, this guy's half HP, and he's just made it into lane. So I'm a little bit perplexed, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I can harass this guy and make him leave lane pretty early. So I get around behind him and say hello. Bit of a backstab. He doesn't return and attack me, like he doesn't trade at all, so that's very interesting, and decides to throw down a kinetic field, which I dodged completely because of the delay. So I decide, well, let's just stab him in the back a couple more times, and suddenly he's getting very low. Alright, you take those. So at this particular point in time, we're 1 minute 48 seconds into the game. I have 1 kill and 0 last hits. Yes, I have more kills than last hits. Anyway, that's my boots, which I'm quite happy about. That'll give me a bit of a movement advantage. And for this game, I'm going to go into phase boots. I like phase boots on the hero because you can use phase boots without breaking invis. But yeah, you can see I've got... Oh, missed that last hit. You can see I've got sentries on me. Now, I like to buy sentries and bring them to lane because generally what will happen in the laning stage... Oh, I missed that last hit too. So 2.5 minutes in, I still don't have a last hit. I do have a kill though, so that's good news. Yeah, I like to bring sentries to lane because normally what happens is the enemy support will bring sentries to try and find you and kill you. So they're going to invest 200 gold into trying to kill you. Now, if you can, number 1, not get dead, and number 2, actually remove those sentries from the field of play and remain in lane, that is a huge win for your team early on, and that's kind of what I itemized for in the first little bit. I blink strike to get that just before the range creep actually got it. I'm not sure if it would or not, but I want a last hit. So just a little bit of harass now. He doesn't realise what's going on. Again, doesn't trade with me. Retreats back to the tower. I'm thinking this guy, it's not adding up right now. He catches me in the kinetic field, but it prevents you from walking somewhere. Now I get a couple of stout shield procs here, and suddenly the Sand King's going in, and I blink strike here, and I'm like, it's just too far. And I think that was actually probably a good decision there. I think by the time I kill him, I'm probably dead myself. So we harass him. gonna push him out of lane. Well, that was my thoughts. Is look, if we can push him out of lane, then that's great. Now, you might have noticed something by now. It's a solo disruptor in the safe lane. I don't know whether the safe lane carry is, and I'm realizing it about now. I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, lo and behold, here's the disruptor, and yep, we'll take those. So that's twice I've killed this guy in the first 4 minutes. So the safe lane is an absolute disaster. They've got 2 heroes in the mid lane, and this is scrub tier Dota, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, we're having a wonderful time up here. I'm going to turn on the net worth actually. The Spirit Breaker, he's actually top of the net worth at the moment, so he's doing quite well out there. He's got a few more last hits than me. I've only got 3. But there we go, we got 4. We've got 4 last hits. Now, me and the Sand King are going to have a little bit of a competition. You know, I was pinging him saying, look, get farm. You know, this lane is completely uncontested. So the Tiny lobs up with a DD to try and gank. I put the cloud on him. The miss rate at level 1 is 40%, so that's not... Like, that's substantial. You know, 40% of Tiny's right clicks are going to miss, and he's going to need all of them to kill someone like the Sand King, who's relatively tanky. Anyway, I know the Disruptor's standing up there, and I'm kind of scouting things out. I'm telling the Sand King to get back, because look, they're just running at him right now. So I try to sneak past, can't quite get past, and then, aha, here's the Huskar. So the Sand King disappears into invis, and the Tiny tanks about 3 or 4 tower shots and then disappears into the river. Now I got boots advantage at this point, and I'm like, well, this guy's dead. Zeus ults to help me out, and I just blink strike to finish him off. Easy game. Easy game, and I have 3 kills and 4 last hits. So this guy tanks tower to try and get the kill, doesn't get the kill, and then I just stab him in the back for an extra, for the 4th. This is a crazy game. Crazy game. So I got level 6. It's 6 minutes in the game, so this kind of level progression would be what you'd expect solo. You know, solo free farm. That's what you would expect. Actually, even uncontested jungle. You know, in the Shanghai Major that just went by. We saw Puppy get. Level 6 at around 6 minutes. So you know, the position I'm in is quite good. I buy my face boots, which is going to give me even more movement advantage, and I also pick up a wand. Now, something important about the hero is you'll notice he's very, very, very small in terms of health pool and also mana pool. The Huskar lobs up, but luckily I disappear into invis before he can actually get any burning stacks on me. So the wand I find is very, very important because it just helps you with sustain. They're normally going to be dishing out a lot of spells when you're in lane, so being able to sustain yourself out there is very important. Now I know there's TP coming in, I can hear it, and I'm picking out the Disruptor. He goes on the Huskar, and I'm like, okay, fair enough. So I walk in, blink strike 1, and then phase boots over the other, double kill. We take those. So at 7 minutes, I got 6 kills and 6 last hits. But a good move there by the Sand King, I think. Stunning up the Huskar. He's going to be the main damage dealer. The enemy levels at the moment are quite low. So the Disruptors are 4 and the Huskars are 4. So, and they've got 7 deaths now between them. And they're having a horrible time. Anyway, so I'm going to move on to my Diffusal Blade. Now, Diffusal Blade is always the first major item that I like to build on Riki because it allows you to slow an enemy by casting the purge on them. It also allows you to purge dust off, which is very, very important. When you get dusted, you get slowed. It's a 20% slow for invisible units. And right now, this Spirit Breaker just walks up to punch the tower, so I'm pinging him saying, "Get back, you clown! What are you doing?" He takes a whole heap of harassment and gets like 1 tower hit out of it. It was not a good trade, but you know, whatever. So anyway, I see the Tiny here in the river. I'm thinking, well, let's go down and have a look. I'm pinging it out to my team. You know, I'm expecting the Spirit Breaker and the Sand King to come with. They don't, but I don't realise that at the time. And lo and behold, there's 3 bloody heroes here in the river. So I rotate down. I know that I can kill the Tiny pretty easy. The Tiny doesn't realise what's going on. I kill him before he wakes up to the fact. Now, right now, I can't actually help the Zeus. I'm thinking, You know, what I want to do is cast a cloud on him, try and get that miss rate, but it doesn't work out. And in the top lane, the Sand King has actually come up with a double kill, so happy days. So right now, the Timbersaw nearly gets the Venge. The Venge turns around to come back because she's got a health potion, but I get away with murder. I stab her in the back and then just run past the secret shop, invis. And there is no catch. There is no catch for me. Now, just having a quick look at items on the enemy team, there is 0 detection right now. And this is something that I suspected at the time. I was like, I don't think anyone's got dust. And if no one has dust, I can just jump around in the fight, go invis, pick people off, and it's going to be a massive pain in the ass. So anyway, I'm going to go back to base right now because I'm just too low. I can't really do anything, and I'm liable to be bursted down because I only have 300 HP. You know, that is half my H pool, but you know, that's nothing for, say, like a tiny combo would, you know, that's just going to one-shot me. It's game over, GG. And at this stage with 8 kills, you know, that's a considerable amount of gold. So right now I know there's a couple of heroes in the mid lane. The Zeus is doing a good job of harassing, holding them off, and I'm just going to blink in, and I actually dodged the stun. I didn't mean to do that, but it worked out really, really well. So, tricks of the trade. You become invis. No, not invis. You become invulnerable while you're channeling it. So, it's the perfect way of dodging stuns, dust, all of that stuff. And the cooldown is really low. It's only 40 seconds. So, basically, every time that's off cooldown, I can potentially dodge something that's going to kill me. And in this game, I really started to work out how the hero works. So right now I'm considering diving the Disruptor, but he's under tower, I don't have much health. And then suddenly the Huskar starts wandering through the Sand King's Sandstorm. I'm like, well, this is freaking odd. And I thought he attacked me, he didn't. Take some more damage, blink strike, dead. I was like, yeah, fair enough. That's one way of doing things. And right now I'm considering diving him, and I got the blink strike queued up in 1 second, but the Sand King finishes him off and gets out of dodge, which is quite nice. Quite a nice play there. Attacks while he has creep advantage, so he doesn't tank tower shots, or not too many of them, because the tower is taking, or the tower was attacking the creeps. And right now I'm thinking, well, we should just take this tower. So I'm going to attack the creep wave, try and pull it into this this camp. It's a little bit tricky with Riki though, because you have a tendency to disappear invis and lose the aggro. So I do manage to get the pull. But right now I'm just going to go back into the lane because I saw the Disruptor by his back, and lo and behold, here's the Disruptor. Now I got tricks of the trade on ready if I need it. I just face boost after him though, don't actually need it, and I just pick him off. So that's a dieback at 11 minutes into the game. That's pretty huge. And it was all because I just suspected. I thought, is he just going to, you know, wander back up into the lane? And because, you know, I'm invis, I can just sit up there in the lane and just scout things out. You know, the Sand King was getting last hits and doing his thing, I think. Or he might have been back at base. Anyway, so right now I'm just roaming around because I'm so far ahead, and I know I'm far ahead, right? And the net worth actually confirms that, but at the time I didn't realise how far in front I was, and I figured, well, I'll just see if I can find heroes and pick them off. Anyway, so the Timbersaw just blows this guy up, and I don't even get a chance to do anything because Timbersaw is a really strong nuking hero. So I got my Cloud, I've got Blink Strike, but I don't have enough mana for everything, and right now I'm pinging out the Drow, so I do need a little bit of help, or at least I think I need help. So anyway, it gives him some harass, disappear back in invis. Still no detection. With a Riki that has 11 kills and 11 last hits at minute 13, you would think someone would buy dust, but no dust. So I'm getting very lucky right now, very, very lucky. And I've got my Diffusal Blade, so a 13-minute Diffusal Blade plus Treads is quite good. Like, I'm very, 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 very far in front. The Spirit Breaker manages to pick off the Drow in the river. I was trying to transition over there, see if I could give him a hand. So he didn't need it. And then I noticed that the Tiny is going on the Spirit Breaker in the river. just backstab him because he runs at the he runs at my allies. So because I'm behind him, I'm getting all that bonus damage, which is lovely. And actually, I have this set to the wrong freaking viewpoint. I was wondering why the fog of war was weird. Anyway, the Timbersaw actually mana boots me here, and I was very, very happy about that because all of a sudden, with 135 more mana, I have enough to fully combo all my spells. I can Blink Strike into Smoke Screen, I can Smoke Screen into Blink Strike, I can Tricks of the Trade out. There's 3 heroes here now, and I'm thinking, yeah, I think it's go time. So I just use Tricks of the Trade to get the kill because I didn't want to take tower. I'll ping the Timbersaw back because right now we're in front and it's just a matter of don't throw. when you're this far in front, it's, yeah, you just got to try your hardest not to throw. And I think I was typing something into chat right now to my allies. I was encouraging them to push towers, I think, if my memory serves me correct. Because at this stage, we're so far in front, right? It's 23 kills to 4 at 15 minutes. It's an absolute stompage. So we need to actually get something out of it because I've been in games like this where it's been early lead and then the other team comes back and wins late game. I've had that happen before. Found a regen rune here, which is very, very nice. Full mana pool again, so I'm creeping around. I notice that someone walks straight past me into the river. Lo and behold, it's the Tiny. So off we go. We're after the Tiny now. He turns around and I dungeon stun again. Those aren't intentional. I get the purge onto the Venge, and the Sand King takes her out. That's my first assist. And yeah, things are going quite well. The purge is quite a strong slow. It's
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't even know what the slow is, but it's strong, and it's strong enough that I can just walk after them and keep stabbing them in the back. Oh, something else I'll mention. Firstly, I'm building into Yasha. I like Sergeant Yasha on... we just get an absolute stompage here. I phase into Tricks of the Trade. However, you may notice that the Disruptor actually got a glimpse on me. So right now, I'm a little bit slow back to the fight. I don't want to blink into the Static Storm because I'm going to take damage, be silenced, and that just kind of completely counters my hero. The Venge decides to TP in, so naturally Cloud... and she's going to have a rough time. She can't cast any spells and she's not going to be able to hit anything either. Right now the Zeus is just standing under towers, picking him out, saying, "Oh, what are you doing?" So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I'd like to build Sergeant Yasha. Gives you a little bit of attack ability, gives you the main proc, also movement speed on the Yasha. So all of these things very, very nice. So right now I'm thinking I want to kill this Huskar because he seemed very squishy at the time, and looking now you can see that he is very, very squishy. He has no farm. He walks back into lane, I get the purge on him, he jumps on me, I phase out with Tricks of the Trade, he's kill. And this is kind of what I discovered at the time, that
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
When it came to getting pickoffs, what you want to do is open with like Blink Strike, Smoke Screen if you can. So blink, Smoke Screen, keep attacking them. If they turn on you, then go into Tricks of the Trade, because what happens is Tricks of the Trade is in a AoE around you. So if they turn around to attack you, and you suddenly phase out, they've got to run the farthest distance to get out. And this attacks every second. So, you know, potentially you're going to get 3 attacks, maybe 2 to 3 attacks, while they're trying to get out of the Tricks of the Trade. And then the next problem is that while you're in this, your Blink Strike is on cooldown, so potentially you can Blink Strike after you finish your Tricks of the Trade. So right now I'm just going to finish this off. I'm completely invis. I go into Tricks of the Trade because I know, well, there's nothing they can do. I pick up the Drow. I'm going to get the Disruptor, but the Zeus beats me to it. I'm trying to get the slow onto him. He turns around and gets the stun.
Under attack.
And I'm considering diving it, but I see that the SB has him charged, and I figure, well, SB's got more health pool to play around with than I do. You can have him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Anyway, so that was a good fight. We picked off 4 heroes for the Timbersaw, and yeah, all in all, happy with the result there. I think that was quite a good fight, and it's just indicative of how the game is going. So move on to the Sange now. Sange is really good because it takes you up a bit. gives you a bit of survivability, which you really, really need. Like at this stage, I'm level 14. I don't even have 1,000 hit points yet, especially considering I've gone face boots and not power treads. And the reason for face boots was just movement speed, being able to catch heroes. Power treads would be more defensive. This the Zeus gets swapped here, and I don't know what he's doing. He gets dead very quickly. So anyway, I'll get off my tricks of the trade. I'll pick up one straight away. I'm considering blinking after the other one. I managed to dodge the smoke storm. I get the screen down so that the drow is silenced, which is very, very handy. She can't cast frost arrows. I blink in, and I'll get the kill. At this stage, I'm really starting to realise how strong I am at the moment. I'm pretty much taking 1/3 of some of these heroes' health when I attack. Now, oh, that reminds me, my builds. The build I went was max cloak, off points in blink strike with a value point in smoke screen. I like having this silence straight up because it's just so handy. So yeah, I max blink strike before smoke screen. If I'm playing a more defensive game, yeah, probably power treads give me more HP, and max smoke screen, I would say. Right now, we're trying to cut the wave. This Sand King, though, was relatively new, so I blink strike in, get the purge off. I just want to dodge that tower, and somehow I managed to miss the stun. I get dusted, so I purge it off with the diffusal blade. I head back into the fight, pop the wand. I'm just going to get into the bench here, get the silence. She didn't really realise what had happened. Luckily, the Zeus gets the venge because I didn't particularly want to get after her as well. Like right now, I'm pretty low, so we got the drow buying back, and here is probably where I make. No one has farm, and these guys were 40 kills at 20 minutes. So I'm trying to cut the wave desperately. Throw down my cloud, gives me some survivability. They'll miss most of their attacks. And then the drow rocks up and starts to shoot me. Now, you notice that the pathing fucked me up there. It went back that way, and I'm trying to head this way. The creeps keep vision of me under the tower. The vision is linked, so they get true sight, and I die. I feed the drow, and that is probably a feed. I feed the drow nearly 1,700 gold because I had 22 kills. So at this stage, I was like, shit. I realised that I fucked up there. And it's those kinds of things that actually lose games. The way the comeback mechanics work, that amount of gold is half a Shadow Blade, basically, on the Drow Ranger. Or it could be, well, it's most of a Yasha, actually. So, the Drow's got Shadow Amulet treads now. So, potentially, I've just given her Shadow Amulet. She had no farm before, but
middle tower is under attack.
I remedied that problem for her by feeding my life. So right now I'm thinking, well, we're in front. I've got my S and Y. I've got my diffusal blade. I've got my phase boots. I'm pretty strong. And the fact that I've killed so many heroes, I'm very, very over leveled at the moment. Oh, punch the mic. Anyway, fight going down. I blink strike in, tricks of the trade before they can do anything, and all of a sudden I get a triple kill. It was that easy. The Sand King was just baller there. He epicentered as I tricks of the trade, which is pretty much the dream when you're Riki in a team fight situation. Some of the complaints about Riki in the past were that he wasn't a good team fight hero. But tricks of the trade gives you an AoE, so an ability to damage up to 5 heroes. And that ability is quite strong. So right now I'm thinking, right, well, we need to push this. Like, we need to get towers. It's 23 minutes in and we only have 1 tower. So I'm trying to cut the wave here. Little did I realise that the tower was actually very, very low, and well, I could have just right clicked the tower and it would have worked. Anyway, I'd just like to point out that 23 minutes into the game, I have 25 kills and 25 last hits. So right now I'm farming heroes. So pick up my Talisman of Evasion here. So I'm building into the Butterfly. I like the Butterfly because it synergizes well with Riki insofar as it gives you bonus move speed, or it can give you bonus move speed. Gives you Evasion, which is survivability, something Riki needs. And also it gives you a buttload of agility. So Riki gets a bonus. He gets a damage bonus of 1.25 for every point of agility. So by building agi items, so for example, Yasha, Blink Strike in here, tricks the trade. The slow from the Timber Sword just helps get the kill there. And I blink away to try and dodge some of the tower attacks. So building agi items actually gives you like a little bit of a bonus damage thing. The Sand King stunts too. I get in there. It's a shame I don't have tricks of the trade at this point in time. And there's no way this guy's getting away. Blink Strike. It's a 4-second cooldown, you know. When people are running, that's when Riki is at his strongest, I dare say. So we've killed 4 heroes again. I'm most of the way to my butterfly. Right now I'm telling the Sand King that he can probably nuke a wave with his Q. But he never did. He just did this instead and tried to sandstorm it. Which, you know, he will push the wave, but obviously if he hits it with his Q... The Venge here just TPs in, so I decide, yeah, let's Blink Strike. The Sand King stuns him. I'm like... Well, I was thinking, hey, you can have this kill. You know, I really don't need more kills at this stage. Sysgold is fine, but he doesn't actually get the kill, so I have to clean up his mess, so to speak.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Right now, I'm just going to come around the corner and see if I can pick off a hero. Now, it's now that I realise that this is probably warded. I'm thinking, well, this is going to be good then. Anyway, the Tiny walks up to me, dusts, stuns, gets the full combo off. I managed to get it into Tricks of the Trade. And I just stay in this because I'm really unsure about what else is coming. And when I realise that there's no other heroes, I decide, well, hell, let's go get another kill. So right now, the Spirit Breaker is giving his life for the cause. He gets caught by the Disruptor ult and Static Field combo. Timbersaw's doing great, nuking down waves, trying to take towers, which is what I've been encouraging my team to do all this time. And I'm just pointing out how much I need for my butterfly. So, as you can see in the net worth, I'm a huge way in front. You know, I'm 6 grand in front of my nearest teammate, and I am, well, the Disruptor's the highest net worth on the enemy team, and I'm 9 grand in front of him. So the net worth is huge. Right now, I'm just looking around for heroes, looking for people to find. Gets the epi off in the middle of it. I miss my Tricks of the Trade. Right now, I'm like, bugger. But then they walk back into it, so it works out in the end. Now, I have been dusted, but I know that it's running out. He's got no health to really do anything, so I can probably chance the kill there, and we do get it in the end. The Sand King does go down, but it's 3 for 1. So, probably acceptable at this stage of the game. Ideally, you'd have no deaths, so I decide, well, I may as well just farm for a bit. See if I can get my last hit total up a little bit. So I have more kills than last hits. And at this moment, I'm debating, do I go back? Do I continue to look for pickoffs? Because there's not really anything that can kill me. Not when I have my ulti up. I've got my Diffusal Blade, but I realise that I'm out of charges. I tried to use it in that last fight there, and realised that I was out of charges completely. So I decided to TP back, get some health, get healthy again, and also get the upgraded Diffusal Blade. Something nice about the Diffusal Blade is you get 35 agi when you take it up to level 2. So that synergizes well with the hero. You know, you get bonus damage, you get, you know, this mana burn. Yeah, the mana burn's nice. It's not huge. It's just a little bit of extra poke to your attack. The big things are being able to purge dust and also slow opponents. You know, if you've got someone full health running away from you, getting them with the Diffusal Blade, that means they're not getting away. You're gonna kill them. So right now I'm gonna go look for more heroes, see if I can pick some more people off. My teammates are spread out farming and pushing lanes, because throughout all of this, I'm telling them, we need to take towers, because you can't be, you know, 50 minutes in the game, up 70 kills and have, you know, 3 towers to your name. That's not going to work. You know, you need to push objectives as well. You need to convert your lead into something, and that's something that in the level that I play isn't really that common. Like, people don't realise that you know, when you have an advantage, you actually got to turn that advantage into something measurable. So right now, I realise that the poor Spirit Breaker is being gone on by not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. So the entire enemy team's down here, and I'm thinking, oh, I need to be here. I need to be helping my team out. He manages to get away, and they hang around. I'm like, well, this is just perfectly set up. I go into Tricks of the Trade, instantly kill 2 of them. He tries to get the Kinetic Storm down, but that doesn't stop a Blink Strike. So right now I've got a triple kill. I'm like, well, oh, there's more happening over here. And I get the Venge. And at the moment I'm like, holy shit, I've killed 4. Where the fuck's the Tiny? Come here, Tiny. Where the fuck are you? Come here. Tiny. Ah, Tiny! Now, something hilarious. I looked at this later. Here's the Tiny here. He hid in the Roche pit. I was so close to a rampage. I got here, I was like, God damn it, I missed him. I figured that he must have blinked and TP'd out. Turns out he didn't have a TP and was getting one from the courier. He didn't even have a blink dagger at this stage. He was a very, very poor man. But, yeah, so close to a rampage. So I went and took out my disappointment on some creeps in the mid lane. So I figured I just need to farm. So right now I have my butterfly at 30 minutes in the game. That's a 5.5k item on top of S and Y and level 2 diffusal blade. So very, very farmed. Very, very farmed indeed. So right now I'm just prowling around looking for heroes. I want to make sure that my team is also safe as well. Because I'm so strong, I want to make sure that, you know, the enemy's not getting pickoffs. I do manage to get that kill in as she goes high ground, or the strike in as she goes high ground, so we get that pickoff, which is quite nice. The Drow is obviously a huge damage dealer. The Tiny is on the Spirit Breaker. I put the Cloud on him, but he runs out of it, so anyway, we have the Epi Tricks of the Trade combo again. The Sand King was on point, and he actually picks up a double kill there. His Burrow Strike just wipes 2 heroes off the map completely. So very, very good play there by the Sand King. He destroyed that team's fight there. That was all him. You know, I was probably the major damage dealer, but that fight doesn't go as well if the Sand King doesn't do what he did. You know, it requires a hell of a lot more. Anyway, so we go down, we start attacking this bottom tower. You know, the enemy team are feeling pretty bad at this stage, and I can feel for them. I'm actually getting cold ball played at the moment, which at 36 kills, yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I'm having a good time, but I can feel for them because, you know, this has happened to me a couple of times, like where the enemy team has just been out of control, crazy. So anyway, I'm like, well, let's get my item finally. So I'm starting to work on a Basher, because I like Basher because it synergizes well with Tricks of the Trade. It also tanks you up a little bit. So I'm thinking, you know, I want to be survivable. I don't want to die again. I have so many kills that I'm probably going to feed them like 3 grand, which, you know, could be what they need to get back in this game. Anyway, so I go destroy the the Huskar, and I noticed that the Drow goes in the Shadow Blade. I thought she juked back that way. Turns out she actually ran in the base. I was a little bit shitty about that. But probably a good play by her. The Zeus doesn't quite catch her either. And yeah, a little bit of a skirmish that goes well. I do manage to save the Zeus so he doesn't die. It's like I don't want to be completely offensive. Anyway, big nuke goes down on the Venge, and I'm thinking about it right now. I've got Tricks of the Trade, so I figure, yep, let's Blink Strike in, let's do it. I can't really be killed. If anything, a miss comes towards me, I can Tricks of the Trade out of it, and I should be right. So I kill the Disruptor, and I walk out the mid lane. Anyway, I've got my Basher. As I was saying, it synergizes well because you have a bash chance, right? It's 25%, and while you're in Tricks of the Trade, you have that bash. Anyway, another huge epi here, goes on to 2. I get silenced for an age. Okay, I'm spamming Tricks of the Trade as hard as I can. Somehow I pick up a triple kill. And somehow I pick up an ultra kill. So I was happy with that because I was trying to get out from under the Huskar. You know, if the Huskar has a chance to focus me, I'm going to die. Like, it doesn't really matter how big It probably does matter. At this stage, he probably can't kill me, but
Dire's middle tower
yeah,
has fallen.
man fighting a Husker as a Riki, that's not what you want to do. You run away. You run away very fast, because Husker is a scary, scary, scary hero in that kind of 1v1 where you're just duking it out kind of situation. So I've got enough money for an Abyssal Blade, which offers a little bit more control and allows me to lock down a hero. Decide to TP to the bottom lane to defend the tower firstly, and also to push it, because we need to make sure all these lanes are pushed. And right now I'm going to need to switch all my items around, because I want to be able to use my items. You know, at this stage I'm 6 slotted, or I'm 5 slotted, and I don't have enough fingers, or I'm not good enough at the game to fully utilize everything I've got at my disposal, you know, so I haven't used a charge on my diffusal blade at the moment. I'm just that far out of control that I don't actually need to slow people anymore. You know, I'm just killing them so fast that they don't have a chance to run away. So right now the plan is to go to TP boots. That's the next item that I want. You know, permanent move speed, also the ability to TP around the map. This Husker was just wandering through the river, runs into 3 heroes, and then just stands there and lets them kill him. So, yeah, that's not a way to a long and happy life. You see these 0-18 right now. He's had a rough game. You know, and it's not really the enemy's fault. You know, this is pubs, so things are very, very unorganized, and this kind of thing does happen. You know, there will be times where one particular player just gets completely out of control, and there's, you know, not really much you can do about it. So right now I'm trying to catch heroes out, but they all get back in base very, very quickly. They saw the rotations from the Zeus and the Sand King, so they knew what was coming. They assumed that I was there too, and that's not a fight that they wanted to take. So I finish up the wave, push it in, and what I'm looking for here is an opportunity to blink in and trickster the trade, because I figure that they're going to be close together somewhat. The Zeus is in a bit of a bad spot here, and I'm thinking, yeah, he's going to get initiated on here any moment. And there's the kinetic field, in comes the Husker, the jump, and I'm like, shit. So I get over there, I get dusted, I right click 2 people, they die. I'm dusted at the moment. I don't really give a shit because I'm under tower. I blink to the tiny, and that's that. So I picked up 4 kills, and I'm like, yeah, cool, no worries. And then suddenly the drow rocks up. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I get a rampage. I run to the trees. I'm like, oh my god, I did it. I did it. We did it, Reddit. Holy shit. So that, you know, and to be fair, I didn't really earn that rampage. I got fed kills. Like, the drow just walking up and punching me in the face is never ever going to work when I'm this far in front. And the poor Tiny's feeling bad. I'm like, well, bro, it's not your fault, man. Like, we all have bad days in Dota. And you know, I'd had a bad kind of week in Dota at this stage. A bad 4 days. That'll do. So anyway, the stun goes onto the to the Venge. They don't quite get the kills, so I polish that one off for them. I'm getting offered. I'm getting yeah. Everyone wants to be my friend. Right now, I'm like, well, I could get a kill here. I go into Tricks of the Trade, and you can see I get a proc on the Basher, on the poor Venge. She gets caught in the middle of it, so I destroy her. And that's why I've got the Basher, is to keep people in Tricks of the Trade if I can. It offers just a bit of passive control sometimes. So yeah, anyway, we take this tower, the Husker rocks up, I just about, well, I do 2-shot him, the Sand King gets the assist. Right now I'm thinking, well, let's just lift the GPM, let's go and get this tower as well. So Tiny buys back, I'm like, yeah, and here's another kill, let's do this. There he is. So I blink in, get the bash, and right now the Sand King is calling for his challenge. But luckily the Venge respawns, so I get to kill her instead. The Sand King had to do hero damage or something for his challenge, so I was doing my best to let him get his challenge, and that was possibly one of the best games of Dota that I've ever played. 52 kills, 1 death, 16 assists, and yeah, I had a lot of fun. This made my day. Obviously, you know, the opposition was poor, and I had a really, really good game. But, yeah, I'm recording this for prosperity. So thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you around next time.